Hi everyone, my name is Hao, a PhD student in the Murphy Lab. Thanks for giving me a chance to be here and presenting my project. My topic is synthetic mouse, a library of mouse 3D pose from synthetic real data exploration. To show what the synthetic data is and how powerful it is, I put some examples here. The synthetic data can be realistic, like the freely moving and running wheel experiment. Those are very common in neuroscience experiment. It also can be unnatured, like the walking one, we generated by applying motion capture data from human to our synthetic mouse model. There are several reasons for using synthetic data instead of the real video recording. Standardizing the behavior recording is crucial for robust and accurate analysis of animal behaviors. There are lots of variation in the real video recording. The video can be recorded from different angle of view, at different magnification, under different illumination condition, with different scene, and so on. Those problems are not only occur when you want to combine data from different labs. It also can be found in recording from the same lab during the same project. Currently, we often using the existing 2D astrological feature detector like DeepLabCut, but the 2D pose itself is lack of expressive power and very sensitive to some variants like the camera view and magnification. Besides, it also cause some information loss by removing the volumetric information. By using synthetic data, we can avoid those problems and do the behavior analysis in a unified space instead of its original space. Like extracting the expression from one character to another character, as the video is showing. We can also capture the movement-related information from the real video recording and then put them into a synthetic mouse model where the camera angle of view, illumination, magnification, and scene can be totally independently controlled by us. Here is an illustration of our synthetic mouse based on CT scan. It can be very similar to the real video recording with dedicated control on different variants. For example, those three videos are all from the IBL dataset, but they are significantly different in appearance despite that the mice are performing the same behavior task. We suggest that real to synthetic data transformation would overcome some variability within the raw data. We expect the difference between the video will be only dependent mostly on the animal pose instead of the imaging conditions after the transformation. It will dramatically decrease the complexity of data analysis and make the data space smoother. In previous studies, the classical skeleton-based method is usually chosen for the 3D pose reconstruction. It requires costly multiple view camera settings, complex procedure for synchronization, and is very sensitive to occlusion. However, the neuroscience experiment often require complex rig setting. As lots of devices are competing for a limited space, it's hard to deploy the multiple camera system to our experiment. Because of lacking training data, we cannot capture the pose-related information with end-to-end methods, which is very commonly used in human pose estimation. To tackle this problem with single camera, we need to combine two kinds of information from video, key points and silhouette. The overall optimization problem becomes try to predict the parameters of synthetic mouse model and make it fit the silhouette and key points. Some similar work has been done successfully for birds and big tetrapods. Unfortunately, because of the huge difference between birds, big tetrapods, and rodents, all existing methods cannot be directly applied to rodent data. However, the previous study from Zufi at 2017 has shown that we can learn a deformable 3D animal model from multiple toys. Alternatively, we learned a deformable 3D mice model from our Blender model and CT scans. Based on the Blender model, we built a SMAL-based mouse model as the video shown. It's deformable as a Blender model and has the same structure as the SMAL model for big tetrapods on previous slide. The SMAL-based mouse model has the advantages of our previous Blender model. It's fast to render, easy to deploy, differentiable, and compatible with PyTorch. Therefore, we can combine this model with all kinds of deep learning algorithms. We validate our model by asking it to estimate the pose of a given 3D scan, or the target. The preliminary results of our model fitting are shown on the left side. Although there are some deficits, it can generally capture the pose in a given 3D scan as the number of iterations increasing. The figure on the center shows our result after 1000 iterations. It's hard to distinguish between the original scan and our result. Our aim of this project is to provide an open source and user-friendly tool to researchers. It can facilitate lifting the 2D pose to estimate the 3D pose, unifying the video recording from different labs, balancing training dataset, and increasing the diversity of the dataset. All the codes and the model will be available on the following open source platforms. Finally, I want to thank CONP for giving me this chance and all the help from my colleagues. Thank you for listening.